Almost each and every world leader has expressed deep, deep disgust, outrage, and horror at what Hamas has done to the Bibas family. From the cruel taking of the lives of Ariel and Kfir Bibas, a 10-month-old and a 4-year-old, which Hamas took their lives with Hamas's bare hands. Repeat, with their bare hands, they did that to babies and held onto their bodies for 500 days. Then they sadistically returned the body of what was supposed to be the body of Shiri Bibas, the mother, but they put the body of a Gazan woman, who we don't know who that is, into the coffin and gave the family a wrong coffin. Then they also made sure that the coffin came with keys, which were the wrong keys. Absolute sadistic monstrosity, condemned by the entire world. But you know who didn't condemn it? Moderate pro-Palestinian organizations. All the organizations that tell you, we are just for a two-state solution, we're just for a ceasefire, we're just for the Palestinians' rights. They couldn't condemn the most barbaric act of our generation. They couldn't say a word when Argentina declared 2 days of national mourning for what was done to these two children, and no moderate pro-Palestinian organization from London to Toronto to Montreal to New York to San Francisco and Los Angeles, nobody's able to say, oh my goodness, we are horrified by this monstrosity which is committed in the name of the Palestinian people. No one is able to say that. You know why? Because unfortunately, we have not seen moderate pro-Palestinian voices. Unfortunately, we have not seen any organization that says, you know what? We support the Palestinians' right, but we're also not monsters. We're also not barbarians. We also don't believe that someone should be kidnapping two children from their homes and their mother and then taking their lives with someone's bare hands. They couldn't say that. And so this is the time to look in the eye all these pro-Palestinian organizations and say, how can you speak in the name of human rights? You know what Amnesty International did? They weaponized the pain of the Bibas family. They said now is the time to release more Palestinian terrorists. Because we've seen the Bibas children released in coffins, now's the time to release more Palestinian, what they call prisoners. What is going on? Even the Amnesty-type organizations cannot bring themselves to condemn the barbarism and the extreme cruelty that was exercised against the Bibas family. And so look out, keep it on the record, and when they come again and they tell you, we're for human rights, make sure you ask them, where were you on that day? When Argentina declared 2 national days of mourning, when presidents and prime ministers from all over the world, from Britain to Canada, all around the world, religious leaders in Saudi Arabia, in the United Arab Emirates, everyone was horrified by the cruelty of Hamas, and yet the pro-Palestinian voices and organizations, Students for Justice in Palestine, all these groups said nothing. They were not able to condemn it. Why? Because they're not moderate. They want to see the absolute disappearance of Israel. If it means a second Holocaust, they don't care. They won't get into the details how. They just say, we want to decolonize. It's not decolonize. They want a second Holocaust. And so it's time to call them out. It's time to stop being polite and saying, oh, they probably just mean they want justice for both. They don't. They couldn't even condemn what was done to the Bibas family. So call them out. Let's see if indeed there are moderate pro-Palestinian voices. Let's see them speak out now, because their silence until now is absolutely unforgivable.